Today's a great day. Do you know why?
Tell me why.
Because we are going to begin a new episode today, a new live stream here with the chat. And we're going to begin with everybody's favorite thing to talk about. My favorite thing to talk about. Your favorite thing to talk about. I know what your favorite thing to talk about.
What is it?
The Los Angeles Lakers. We have news about America's team. We have news about Victor Wembanyama, America's superstar. Or I guess I should say France's superstar.
Yeah.
It seems like he's the sensation of America these days. So much to talk about. Talking about the first week of NBA basketball.
This week was beautiful, man. This is everything I needed.
Yep.
Yeah. It was so fulfilling. After months of just nonsense, there's actual basketball being played.
Mm-hmm.
And it's peak
everything was
basketball
right.
too. Like everyone's playing at a high level. We got random, like insane rookie performances, elite rookie class. All the young ascending stars are going crazy too. Couldn't ask for better. As
Chat is going crazy. Y'all are spamming late. You're talking about whether or not we're here on time when you need to be talking about our Lord and Savior, Austin Reeves. I'm not seeing enough Austin Reeves glaze in the chat compared to compared to lates.
Did you know Dalton Connect was on the Lakers?
Sadly.
I didn't know.
Sadly. We'll talk about that a little bit. It's tough. Listen, for every good white, we get one bad one. It is what it is. Sometimes things go well in the world, sometimes they don't. We have perfectly balanced with our ratio of good to bad whites.
There you go.
You add in Luka and Kleba, we are perfectly balanced.
Okay.
But like I said, we'll start off with talking about some Lakers talk. And we're not going to talk about the best scorer in the Lakers right now. We're going to talk about the second best scorer. And that is because Luka Doncic is out for at least 1 week with a left finger sprain and lower left leg contusion. This came out yesterday morning before their game against the Sacramento Kings, which, as a Lakers fan, I said, oh, fuck, here we go again. Him and LeBron both out. We're going to go 0-5 over the next week. It's going to be annoying to dig out of this hole. And then Austin Reeves gave belt to ass to the Kings.
First of all,
yeah.
Shout out to Reeves, right? White Boys Hooping. You're about to get paid.
Yep.
Shout out to you. Do everything that you need to do to secure that bag for the Lakers. For Luka, though.
Mm-hmm.
It is true. It's like, damn, once again, like, this is awful. Like, I don't care if it's just 1 week. We are 3 games into the season. 2 games really into the season for Luka, and you're already out. Okay. A majority of the Lakers are out tonight. Like, everybody's just hurt. And so if I'm a Lakers fan, Austin Reeves, what you said is correct. He is your savior right now.
My real question is, okay, this came out before the Sacramento Kings game.
Mm-hmm.
When did he get hurt? When did he get injured? You know, he right before he was trying to go ahead and score 50 towards the end of the what's it called? Who are they playing again?
The Timberwolves game.
The Timberwolves, yes. And he was like really fishing for that. Didn't end up happening. He was in the game much longer than he probably should have been, and they were like kind of clowning around with him, joking around with him in the sidelines. Oh, like he scored 50, whatever, stat patter. Why are you trying to score 50 when you're like kind of hobbling? Is it the adrenaline that didn't like necessarily settle in?
I'm not liking this agenda you're pushing here
because he's not a winning player. He
I'm
only
just
cares about
noticing
stats.
something.
Luka
That's
Doncic,
all.
you cannot win with him.
The good thing is I watched the game.
You cannot play with him.
Second play of the game, he hurt his finger, and he was like running back into the court like 5 times.
Yeah.
And then he just locked in and dealt with it, which is crazy because he hurt it on the second play of the game. Almost dropped 50 despite having a fucked up hand that apparently had to make him sit out for a week. So all I'm hearing is the Timberwolves are frauds and Luka's the best doing it with one hand.
No, he
That's
was
what I'm hearing.
stat padding, man.
They tried and they failed, so they didn't stat pad. I don't want to hear anything about attempted stat pad. It didn't go that way, so we're not going to put it in the record books.
I think it's even worse. It's terrible when you try to stat pad and you fail at it. That's what makes it way worse. It's like, all right, you just did all that cardio for nothing, man.
Shout out to Ive Avocado for tipping $15. He said, sorry, Isaac. The only Lord and Savior that exists in life is Poppy Brunson. Rick Brunson?
Poppy Brunson. I ain't never heard about what? Why you beat your chest too? What are those signals, hand signs? What's going on, man?
You know what's going on. Shout out to you.
But yeah, look out for the week.
Mm-hmm.
They have a pretty tough schedule, but they already won 1 game, beating the Kings last night. We talked about Austin Reeves went crazy. They couldn't guard him. He had a million free throws.
It's not a tough schedule.
Yeah, and everybody's complaining. Because I'll say tough schedule after this. Because now the second half of back-to-back today, they're playing the Trailblazers, who have been very competent, tough out any night, and they're playing without Marcus Smart, without who else? Gabe Vincent, which whatever, and Luka. And LeBron and Jackson Hayes. They have 7 roster players available, plus their 3 two-way players. I can't imagine they win tonight. If they do, hallelujah. Because after that, we have the Timberwolves, who have another injury we'll talk about in a little bit. And then a few other games later in the week. Luka might miss up to 4 games. So I don't know if that affects how you view the Lakers coming into this early playoff race, but it's a pretty decent amount of time.
No, because I feel like, I don't know. Especially with the Timberwolves, missing like their star that obviously we're gonna get to what's going on with them, but everybody in the league is gonna go through their stretches where somebody gets hurt, somebody misses like a week and a half. So it's fine. But this, They should lose tonight. Like this lineup is crazy. Like Reeves, LaRavia, Vando, Rui, Ayton, Bronny Connect, and then two-way guys.
Dude, Manning came on the court in his last game. I didn't know who that was. I said, "What? Who am I looking at?" I missed a two-way signing for the Lakers. I guess it happens, but I was like, "Who is this guy?" He looks so generic.
On my screen,
and watching him dribble was not ready to dribble. In the NBA. It was an experience, but he was hustling. He shot a shot, didn't go in, but I was like, okay, look at him running around.
Yeah.
Next few games, you guys got the Blazers, like you said, T-Wolves, like you said, the Grizzlies for the NBA Cup. Start of that is really soon, and then the Miami Heat.
You know what's so great in this game besides Austin Reeves?
Tell me.
Dominating.
Tell me
Locked
about it.
up Domantas Sabonis. He couldn't get anything going one-on-one on him. Used his length well. People were talking about why did Sabonis kill Anthony Davis for all these years when we played him? There's that stat that the Lakers couldn't beat the Kings when it was Sabonis versus AD.
Yeah.
In the first game out here, Ayton's looking good in the post, defending him, out rebounding him, getting his game off whenever he wants, getting his middies off, and that's because DeAndre Ayton is long as hell.
He said, "I'm gonna walk in. I'm gonna change this narrative immediately."
Yep.
I would be very afraid if he wasn't able to dominate the Sacramento Kings with the notable big man defenders in Domantas Sabonis. Very worried.
Yeah.
He did what he was supposed to do.
Look how quick they switch up.
Exactly.
First he's a bum, and I'm gonna hate him. That's what you do. He's looked very good for 2 straight games. In that second game, you saw the moment where him and Luka were like, I understand it now. They got their pick and roll game going. Aiden's still pretty good through 2 games. We'll see how he looks getting increased responsibility now with even more players out. But I've been very encouraged by what I've seen from him.
Yeah.
And to be fair, it was easy for me to be encouraged, but I think everybody should be a little bit.
Yeah, even if you don't believe in like the long-term stuff, just the improvement from game 1 to game 2 is obviously something that you can look at and be like, okay, you're getting better. So that's one thing. 2, if you are a Ayton skeptic, as I am, we can sit back and just say, yeah, you're fine in game 3. What are you going to look like in game 42, right? And I can just lean on that for the next 30-something games. But it obviously like is going to look good. And obviously for Ayton skeptics or haters and the people who will like prey on his downfall, you're going to look at them and you're going to watch the Lakers over the next couple of games without Luka and obviously without LeBron. And so then that connection with Reeves and Ayton is really going to be put to the test, and you're going to see their chemistry thrive. Long term, that is kind of scary because now you have some time where your secondary playmaker or tertiary, whatever, whenever LeBron comes back, wherever Reeves hangs in that hierarchy. Now has time to have that mind meld with Ayton, like Luka, like LeBron. So Ayton is set up for like the rest of the season to have good outings and to have good chemistry with really everybody who is a primary dribbler on this team.
Chad, let me see from 1 to 10, how good is DeAndre Ayton? And yeah, this is all important that you're talking about because LeBron James is still gonna be out for another 3 weeks. So yeah. Everyone talked about when this happened, all the silver linings, because you get to get Luka Doncic going, get DeAndre Ayton going, get Austin Reeves going. Lots of time to get more silver linings. That's what we got to hope for to see when he comes. Everyone says 67. 6 or 7.
That's funny as hell.
This is going to happen every time I mention anything about give us a rating. Yeah. It's all 6-7 or -14, -12, -17, -67. But yeah, so TBD. But so far, pretty good start to an undermanned Lakers team. We'll talk about them coming forward in this week's episode where we talk about one thing we learned about every team. On another injury note, the team they're going to be facing on Wednesday, Anthony Edwards, out for 2 weeks with his own right hamstring injury. After starting off the season, ridiculous. I said on the first episode where we reacted to the first games that he looked like a superhero. Looked even more superhero-like in game 2. He looked crazy before going out early in game 3, ruining his points per game averages, going from 36 to 25 because he only played a few minutes.
And not only ruining that, ruining my chance to dominate and get to 1,000 points of my fantasy basketball team this week. Listen, I needed Ant to show up. He did not. He only got 6 points for me. And for my personal team, this is terrible. But also, this obviously sucks because night one dropped 40, hits the game winner or game clincher. And a lot of it got overshadowed because like Wemby did
exactly,
Wemby did what he does, and he's continued to do those things over the first 3 games. But Ant and the Timberwolves they were continuing to be steady, and Ant, we were seeing an improvement and another leap from him. So the fact that he's going to be out for the next couple of weeks, I'm so interested to see what they look like because we were banking on like the young guys making the leap and helping everybody like rise up and keep this ship steady. Now it really is going to be like, all right, Julius Randle, you get another 2-3 weeks to carry everything.
Yeah, like all the pressure is on Terrence Shannon Jr. It's your time to fucking shine. Bones Highland, who's been getting a lot of burn and helped them carry them to the end of that game against Indiana Pacers. It's your time to shine. He's been so surprising. I didn't know he was going to be somewhat of an important player for them, but he's that. Dante DiVincenzo already, like, I don't know what it is, but this is his like second straight year to a bad start, really bad start, selling games. Looked like he was on very much Terry Rozier timing for whatever reason. That level of bad. All the pressure is on their young guys when it comes to trying to like make up for all the output loss that Anthony Edwards was.
Question. Has the Terry stuff gotten so serious that we can't be like, yeah, you look like you're on Terry time?
Yes. So it's a new term.
Yes, probably. You got me fucked up. You think we're going to stop making jokes about it, though? Like, there's no world we give a fuck. Like,
they just gave us new ammo.
Funny.
Are you crazy, Brad? We never had this before.
It is that serious, and we also will not stop joking about it because we do not work for the NBA. Who cares? Like, for Adam Silver, it's very serious.
Yeah.
For us, it's comedy gold. Okay. Yeah, I have some concerns about the Timberwolves roster. I did before the season. I think I ranked them the lowest out of us in the standings. I'll save those thoughts until we get to the next episode. Give a few more games to see what they look like without Anthony Edwards, especially with him missing some time. I'm a little bit concerned about their supporting cast, and I'll say the defensive personnel around Ant and Gobert.
Mm-hmm.
It's looking a little rough.
Yeah.
Well,
it's spooky.
Listen, this just means go get buckets, man. Go hoop. And like that really is going to be the thing, because you're right. Like without Ant there, I have no idea who's really locking up, who's guarding, and it's gonna look very similar to like 2018, 2019. Did they get traded in 2019? Like late stage Utah Jazz, where it's Gobert and they're asking him to do everything.
Ew, what?
Everything.
You just said Gobert and ask him to do everything? That's disgusting.
I'm sorry.
That's what it's
the
gonna be. The
Gobert
Julius Randle 2-man game will feed families.
Bones Highland, this is your time to fucking feast.
And the families that will be fed are the people in Los Angeles that get free tacos when Rudy Gobert misses 2 straight free throws. That's the families that'll be fed. Okay, let's go on to another big story. Something I actually really want to talk about. The Boston Celtics have their worst start as a team since the 2013-2014 season. They are 0-3 in this young NBA season. Winless, led by the Derek White, Jaylen Brown combination with no big men, no Jason Tatum, but apparently we're still going to compete. Thus far, they are not competing.
This looks like one of the worst brands of basketball I've seen in my entire life. Seeing how like dire they are without Jason Tatum. Of course, I already knew Jason Tatum was like one of the greatest players that the NBA has to offer, one of the best playmakers at that position. So entirely important that I feel like now in my mind he gets even more of a boost seeing how like juiceless, swaggerless, stale this offense looks without him. Seeing Jaylen Brown struggle to dribble and seeing Derek White try and force their way into just creation plays, the lack of juice is disgusting. It's so sad.
And Jaylen Brown did have 40 points in the last game. They lost. It doesn't matter. And I think it's interesting to talk about them because they are bad. As of now, through 3 games, obviously a small sample size, so we're not proclaiming anything for the rest of the season, you know. But as currently constructed, they are not a good team. I think the idea of these guys taking on more usage by nature of no Tatum and then being relatively fine was built on the fact that Joe Mazzulla plays a style of basketball with the heavy 3-point volume that I think gives you a higher floor than a lot of other teams do without their best player, especially a player as good as Jason Tatum and as responsible for the playmaking as Jason Tatum. So it was kind of assumed these guys could take another leap, right? Especially because people talk about Derek White as being like almost all-star level role player. It just made sense in people's heads that they could take that jump. But then you look at the big man group, then you look at Jaylen Brown and how his game, I don't think scales super high. He can do what he does. He can still go out and get 40. Mm-hmm. He's not going to take a playmaking jump. You know, that's just not conducive to his skill sets. And I get you to a point now where through these 3 games, I'm going to show you some rankings. Try not to cry. Try not to be left aghast. 18th in offensive rebounding, 30th in defensive rebounding, 29th in total rebounding, 30th in assist percentage, 24th in true shooting percentage, 21st in offense, and 23rd in defense.
Damn.
They're a walking lick. They can't do nothing.
Yeah.
And this theory just didn't work out.
And this was very predictable. Like I had them at 8 in our predictions, and a lot of that was just like overall, like, you know, respect and a belief in that system and in the idea that on a nightly basis you are going to get more threes than, you know, basically almost everybody that you play. But I never thought that they were going to be great because their team over the last, like the championship core, they were winning and they were constructed to have one of the best 6-man rotations, right? They were very top heavy, and that's how they're going to win games. And that was their strength. And you look at what they went through this year. Even if they had Tatum, you lose KP, and obviously you make these deals because Tatum gets hurt. But without him, KP's gone, Cornette's gone, Al Horford is gone, Drew Holiday is gone. 4 of your main rotation guys are out, and then you add on top of that the fact that Tatum is gone. Half of your rotation from last year is different. It's gone. Yep. And on opening night or one of the days before, the Celtics media team had posted a picture of their big rotation, and and I remember sending it into a chat, and I was like 35 and 47.
Yep. Like, I think I totally understand why people bought on the idea of them still being good, because Joe Mazzulla came out and said, we're not going to be a bad team. That's not the style of play we want to have, yada, yada. Said all the things that every coach ever says before they tank. And I got good news for you guys. This is by design, Celtics fans. As you guys know, Brad Stevens is a genius, and he is a firm member of Tank FC. Tank FC is now 3-0 on the year. This was written in the stars. And I think the NBA fans around the league should be scared, and they should really hope that Jaylen Brown gets really good and starts winning them games on purpose. Because if they can successfully tank like this in this draft that has these 3 superstar prospects, the plan's going to go exactly as Brad Stevens envisions, and they're going to be ridiculous if they can add in fucking Boozer or DeBonsa to a team that already has superstars.
Yeah. I will say they've been in not situations exactly like this, but there's been times for this team where I think dating back to 2015 or 16 that they were supposed to be like really bad, but for some reason somehow they got random second round pick superstar coming from the Sacramento Kings like Isaiah Thomas, like blitzing the league out of nowhere and doing what he does. It was back when they had Isaiah Thomas, Jay Crowder, Avery Bradley, and whoever else on that roster. This team just doesn't feel like an innate let's tank team, but it is a different era. Brad Stevens is, again, he's been one of the smarter head coaches. Now he's one of the smarter GMs, guys in the front office. If this is what's going to be, well, damn, that sucks. It's soccer, but it's brilliant. But 3 games in, I want to see if they're genuinely going to be like 41.
You say that. This does feel like a tank roster. Like, we keep talking about, we're giving a lot of credit to the system, which I understand. Like, it wasn't crazy beforehand, but now that we see it, look at those big men. This feels like a tank roster. Yeah. Look at the good players they have left. None of them are playmakers. This feels like a team that if they wanted to win and they wanted to make 1 or 2 small moves, get another big man in there, get a point guard, whatever it may be, to shuffle around and make a play and push, they could do that. They're not far away, but there's a reason they didn't do that. If they really wanted to win this year, I promise you they would have got another big besides Neemias Queta. This team clearly was going to tank from the jump. And it feels like if things go well for them and the vision is executed, it could be a Tim Duncan type of thing where they get a top 3 pick and they already have Tatum in the door. They get the next guy that maybe is even better than Tatum. If they get the best one of those 3 guys, this could be a crazy year.
And this happens all the time, honestly. And there's very specific moments in NBA history where this has happened. And one, like, also their system, it works so much better when you have 2 stretch 5s who can block shots and play defense. Like that's one. But 2, when the Warriors got hurt in 2021, yes, you were able to retool. They had opportunities in Moody, in Kuminga, and in Wiseman, and everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, it's going to be dangerous." If James Wiseman had hit as a pick, or if they had went and got LaMelo and got Ant, the Warriors and the stuff that they've been going through like the last 2 or 3 years, they would be in such a different position if it was Steph and Anthony Edwards instead of Steph and Kuminga. And that's your like 2 timeline thing, or Steph and Jordan Poole. That would be one. You mentioned the Tim Duncan thing. If they want to rewrite the stars and everything gets crazy, the Celtics had this opportunity in the 80s. And then obviously like the Len Bias tragedy happened. And so it's this is crazy. But like, all that happens, and so if they do get this opportunity, and Tatum comes back and he's already dunking, everybody's like, "Hey, this guy's a super soldier. He's just gonna play basketball again and be like, a top 5 player in the world." If that happens, it genuinely is going to be scary.
And we got AJ DeBonsa on Twitter talking about let's get it about the Celtics. Not really hiding.
This is tampering. Take away. I don't care if he's on the outside looking in.
Brother, he's from there. What you mean?
Take away their draft pick right now.
Do you guys consider yourself sports conspiracy theorists?
Of course.
Oh, 110%. That's my bag.
If Adam Silver gave the Spurs Wemby and Harper, I promise you he wants to give them a superstar as well if things go to plan. We've seen several draft classes in a row in which the top picks are teams that didn't really tank like that. We've seen several tanking teams get fucked over time and time again. Detroit Pistons, Nets, Wizards, etc. in lieu of them getting top picks, we get the Mavs jumping up, we get the Hawks jumping up. It just feels so just destined for this to happen and for us to all hate it.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. It feels like it's coded into whatever AI ChatGPT script that Adam Silver went ahead and tried to do. And it's the smartest thing to do too. I do trust the Boston Celtics to be smart when it comes to their draft evaluation, but I don't know if they're genuinely going to be committed to like being a 38, 36 win team. I want to see. I feel like Jaylen Brown's going to have to like hurt himself.
I don't think
maybe it doesn't matter.
They're going to be bad regardless, but you're right. It will help for him to get hurt and miss time. Like that's going to happen at some point. Everybody misses time, so I think they'll exaggerate a little bit when that finally happens. But you're right. They're not going to go 0-3 type shit forever. You know, eventually they're going to win games. You never know. They do suck.
Like you say that, and you just put up all the numbers. They can't rebound. They can't. They're like,
I got one can boozer for you waiting,
and they can't pass.
Yeah, like they can't pass. They can't rebound. Their entire thing of like, we are going to be ultra switchable, ultra versatile. That can't happen if you don't have KP or if you don't have Al Horford or if you don't have Jason Tatum. The crux of how you play is so different without those three guys.
All right, okay, chat. I see you guys. You're talking about the main thing here. You're saying we're bearing the lead. I understand. No, they didn't pay us not to talk about that. Yes, we will talk about Jaylen Brown's hairline. Yes, we will talk about hairline gate.
Let me sit up.
Oh,
this happened the other night. They played the Knicks, and he drives in, moves his forehead side to side, leaves his forehead on OG Anunoby's jersey.
This is honestly more damning than a regular man weave, right? The stuff. I couldn't wait to talk about this. The stuff that Jimmy Butler was doing at Media Day, obviously shameless, but it was so overtly troll that on a certain level, you still had to respect it. I didn't like it, but you had to respect it.
The video's crazy. The fact
this is wild. This is crazy.
It looks like a spray paint.
Because not only are you employing the spray paint, you are using low quality spray paint.
You make $40 million a year. What are we doing?
You're about to sweat 3 pounds off your body, and you are using. That's just not a good decision to have that amount of spray paint and that amount of assistance on your hairline when you know that you're about to do this.
And like he saw that, I'm sure he saw the tweets. He saw everybody laughing. Yeah. It is what it is. Like there's no shame in using this spray.
Oh, no, he doesn't have internet.
Oh, he don't get internet. Okay. But then he comes back and does it again.
He's a reader.
Gets it on.
Read the news.
Books only, brother.
A repeat offender catches another body, double homicide, getting it on Ron Holland's shoulder. I actually don't know if this is real or not. That's really what it's from. Kind of looks like it. And again, I don't.
Guess what? We're gonna go with it.
We're gonna roll with it. Fuck it. I don't got a problem with someone using the spray, like just part of barber stuff. Fine. Why would you do it during a game when you know you're gonna sweat? That's the only thing. Like logistically, for the smartest player in the NBA, the guy, the guy giving lectures, don't you know that's like the wrong place to use it? Like that feels unwise.
Now I will say, I don't know if he carries his barber with him and they travel from city to city and maybe he gets resprayed freshly at the start of every game, because having it to like follow to back games is kind of insane. Like you have to get sprayed like multiple times. It must be like fresh spray like right after you get out the shower. I will say I have been a victim of the spray. I have been sprayed probably a little bit too much in my lifetime. I've been off the stuff, but when I was on the stuff, I did receive some low quality spray, and I've experienced something like this before. Not on the basketball court; it will not be talked upon.
It's like makeup on a shirt.
Channel.
Yes, you are also not Jaylen Brown, who signed a $300 million contract. Like I promise you, he has access to good sauce, to good seasoning on his hairline. Slide Hunter, like there's ways to make it waterproof. There's ways that you can improve this, and the fact that that we're having to deal with this and that he was not as on top of his hairline. This is a major story.
Exactly. I'm not here to judge him using the spray paint. I'm not here to judge somebody going to Turkey. Anything like that is what it is, right? I'm here to judge bad form, and this is bad form. This is poor execution of something that is a very fine line between something working and something being an embarrassment. And today you were on the losing end of that, Jaylen.
This is just sad, man. This is just sad. And I feel like what makes this even worse is knowing that, brother, like just a couple years ago, you were the butt of the joke when it comes to hair NBA scene. Like people were talking about how tiny his braids were. And now we're seeing he faced the repercussions.
Stop giving them ammo, Jaylen. That's all we're asking you. Like, we're not saying that your braids are tiny. We're saying you're giving them a reason to say that.
Exactly. And if it truly is about the hairline, you can just go and get it right on the edge up. But now here's the play.
Okay,
right? Here's the play. Right, you're 0-3. People are making fun of all the spray. No haircut for the rest of the season. I'm locked in, right? I'm locked in. I don't have time to worry about aesthetics, to worry about my haircut.
But that's a dangerous game, though. What if he's on Jalen Suggs type timing? You know what Jalen Suggs is like.
I understand.
We're going too far with this conversation now.
You're 0-3. You have to make tough choices in tough times, and that's where I think Jaylen Brown should
I will
go.
say, and this is obviously the whole clip, immense aura loss, right?
Yeah.
That's a good way to get it back, is to like, I'm locked in now. Now I don't get haircuts. Now I'm all about the grind. We saw what happened when Jimmy played well while having that aesthetic to him. It gives you a boost that even if you just play good, not like amazing, it's going to be remembered as a time Jaylen Brown locked in.
No. We're trying to get them to the number 1 overall pick. We don't need that. Never mind.
Keep doing it. We want to keep more aura loss coming, please. It'll be good for the team.
Oh my goodness, they're calling him Spraylin Brown.
Spraylin Brown.
That's actually amazing.
Oh, man.
Oh, what a debacle.
That's so good.
Let's talk about Paolo Banchero to start the season.
Let's not.
18 for 3 from the field, 2 for 12 from the 3-point line, but 21 of 28 from the free throw line. He's getting his buckets at the free throw line like he always does. How have y'all felt watching this team still have a pretty bad offense, despite adding Desmond Bane? They're playing through him. They're basically asking him to like be their like primary creator in the half court. They're saying we're getting every single first round pick's worth of value from you. Mm-hmm. It's not going super well through 3 games.
It's 2 things that were my biggest fears when it comes to this trade happening and us setting up like pretty big expectations. A lot of people like me saying that this team should be the 3rd best team in the Eastern Conference. 2 big things. One, Paolo Banchero is the same exact dude, and I don't know if we'll ever see a certain level of leap when it comes to his play style and just how he likes to get his buckets off, meaning the timing of it. Cool. So that's 1. And then 2, I kept on talking about Jamal Mosley and how his job pretty much will be on the line, and it's looking like that. Not only from the Paolo Banchero standpoint, but like overall how their offense looks and how they're choosing, like you said, to have Desmond Bane be the primary initiator. Their offense still feels unnecessary clunky, and it's not nearly enough good of a mix or synergy between their top 3 guys.
It's so tough because the people so I've been saying for 2 years that I think Paolo is, I guess for lack of better words, overrated in certain ways that make people think he's like already some top 15 player, top 10 on the way, when he has serious warts in his growing pains to get over, right? He still has a lot of development to do before he can be that guy. And I've been annoyed by the way some people just like assume he is already that guy. So I've long been a skeptic. And I've long been a Franz Wagner Glazer. When they play through him, it's always led to better basketball. There's a reason his on-off numbers are what they are. Franz is one of the most gifted drivers in the NBA. That skill set that Franz has meshes so perfectly with what Desmond Bane does. Also being a great driver, obviously being a good spacer. Those 2 work together so well. In the minutes where it's just those 2 on the court with role players, it looks like a good-ass team. And then obviously, Paolo does things very well as well. When he gets downhill and he drives, he's fantastic. He's a humongous body. He can get to the free throw line. There's a skill set there. It's not to say Paolo's a bum or shouldn't be on the team or anything drastic like that. I know some people on Twitter are saying they should trade him, Dynasty starts after you, all this stuff. I'm not even saying that. But I'm so, as always, just skeptical that we're going to be able to get the best version of that Franz and Desmond Bane chemistry I mentioned while playing a style of basketball that is conducive to Paolo Banchero. It's an inherent clash that when are we going to see a good balance?
Okay, so 1, I don't know. 2, I'm hoping that just like how last year, the first 5 games of Paolo's season really like defined his season and how people talked about it. I'm actually hoping for the opposite this year because obviously like he's going to shoot better than what he's shooting right now. And so I do think that we're going to get back to a point where we can get on even ground to then properly judge Paolo and like how he's playing. And so then once that happens, then like, and not to say like that what's happening now like doesn't matter, but then I'll probably hold like just a little bit more stock once the shooting numbers come back to normal, and then really like reassess the fit and everything. But I hope that these first 3, however many games it's going to be when he's shooting bad, isn't the thing that people look at whenever we're talking about Paolo this entire season.
Yeah. I agree. That's why I give it obviously a tiny sample size. That's why I'm not up here being like, he's the problem. Get him the fuck out of here. Like, too early to be doing all that. But because it's patterns we've been noticing for 2 years that have not improved despite an influx of very specific talent to get rid of that exact problem, because they're trying to play faster, and I think it's pretty clear that he doesn't want to play faster. He doesn't look super comfortable in that role. Like, this is a specific scenario that, yes, small sample size. We need to see patterns start emerging. We need to see them understand it now.
And I agree. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say it feels like for the first time last night or a couple nights ago, I felt like the timeline had this great awakening. Like, oh my god, like what these nerds were saying in the corner last year or over the last 2 years, Franz Wagner and Paulo, all the other stuff. I see it. They see it, and what encapsulates that perfectly when it comes to Paulo and his train of thought process was the last few seconds of that Hawks game where he had he had so much time on the clock, like 15 seconds left on the clock, and he decided to take a dumb deep sidestep fading away 3-pointer.
Yeah.
And he sold them the game entirely to a depleted Hawks team who were missing like two starters.
Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough. And like, it's also funny because I see tweets where people were like, if Paolo just buys into being a supercharged Draymond Green, we can get it going and they could really fit. One, that's the ultimate it's over type of tweet. If someone says if he can beat Draymond Green with athleticism, you're cooked, buddy. That's what we say about 40-year-old LeBron. It's not great. Also, like, that's not realistic. He is Paolo Banchero still. He is still the first overall pick. It is still his team. They just paid him $40 million a year. He's a gifted scorer that clearly has no intention of not playing like a gifted scorer. That's his game. It always has been. You're not going to get him to buy into some like marginal role like that. So they have to figure out how to, well, one, he has to play better. That's the first thing. Just shoot better. But they have to figure out how to design an offense that puts him in a position to succeed. He wants to post up from mid-range, design a better offense that gives him better empty side looks where you can get off-ball actions to get those guys going and utilize Desmond Bane as the floor spacer, not only putting the ball in his hands. Like, Jamal Mosley has to get very creative to make up for these deficiencies, or Paolo has to fix the deficiencies. I don't think that's going to happen, so I'm kind of just putting it on Jamal Mosley to figure it out.
We've been saying it. You've been alluding to it, and not even alluding to it, just saying it's probably going to be time. Because I don't know, like, Paolo playing faster is going to be the thing that ultimately unlocks all of this. Him playing faster and being more decisive and being able to be smart with the ball. If Mosley's not the guy, then he's not the guy. And I don't know, like, we'll see obviously over the long term of his career if there's going to be anybody who can really unlock that and like get to him. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I don't think I see Mosley being the guy. So ultimately it would suck, right? Because everything that they've built and that he's been able to accomplish with them, and I say accomplish, but like in terms of just like rebuilding a culture and trying to get them back to a spot where they're like relevant even in the Eastern Conference. But it might be, Paolo coach killer like on the way if he's not playing well and if he's not making the right decisions.
Yeah. I've also just like, I don't know why everyone loves Jamal Mosley so much. I don't dislike him or anything. Like, they've been a rebuilding team. He's been there, like you said, establishing the culture. They try hard defensively. Clearly, he's good in that way. But every time you hear any like NBA podcaster or media people, they'd be like, "I love the coach over there," and I'm like, "Why?" They've drafted a bunch of big defenders that don't play offense, and that's how they played on the court. I don't feel like there's anything I'm grabbing onto and saying what he's doing schematically is genius.
Well, anytime that you have a bad team, and they start to get good, and they get good because they are playing harder than everybody else, and like the defense is fine. Those first couple of years are always like, Mosley came in and changed the culture and this and that. They had
bad players and they drafted good ones. Like that's kind of simple.
But I mean, everyone loves like an underrated underdog type story, and Jamal Mosley has that through the years of his coaching experience and where he came from. I feel like there's a lot of fan bases and there's a lot of just people in the media who see that glorified because it's like, wow, man, we watch every single step of this. And I feel like what's going to end up happening over the next few years is like, okay, before anything happens with their number one overall pick, who came from Duke, averaged 20, put up disgusting, like insanely disgusting playoff numbers when it comes to how filthy of a performance he did. You're not going to do anything with Paolo until like you give him a trial one with another coach who's able to bring in another level of offensive, at least philosophy. And I think Jamal Mosley, he probably is like on a 1 year type deal after this season.
And I'm not even trying to say Jamal Mosley's bad. I just like don't know why we're giving him so much credit and no like discussion of they've been this bad offensively for this many years and they haven't figured it out. Like, they don't have good shooters, but also we're allowing Paolo to just drive his head into a wall over and over again. It doesn't feel like there's a lot of pushback to change the style of play.
And it's 3 games. And obviously things will change as people play better. Guess who the Orlando Magic are in offensive rating right now?
27th.
30th.
Of course.
dead last in the NBA right now.
So granted, 3-game sample size, not a lot, but still, there's a pattern here, like always. Yeah, again, not out on them. I picked them to be a 3 seed. I gave them benefit of the doubt. I put my skepticism aside and said this will probably be the year he figures it out. And if he figures it out, the team will be really good. I don't know. I don't know.
It also makes sense because the other 3 teams that we were talking about, or the 3 teams in their tier between Orlando, Detroit, Atlanta, we were all like, there has to be somebody else who is the 3rd seed. There has to be somebody else who is going to get home court advantage and be the 4th seed. So we're all trying to really look at the positives between all these teams, and the East is so weak right now that you're looking at it and you're like, okay, on the bright side, you have X, Y, and Z going for you. Yes, you can take this leap. All of them in the first 3 games is very clear. Like, oh, you guys still have very clear flaws that you are working through, that either like coaching or personnel or like player development. All 3 of those things need to be addressed. So it makes sense why we're still in the first week and still feeling like, damn, like Orlando hasn't figured it out. No, like surprise, it's been a week.
Someone chat said, when are the Rockets going to lock in? That's a good question because I just had that pulled up. The Rockets are 0-2 right now.
I love this video so much.
The Rockets are 0-2. How do we feel about Houston coming out winless? Despite, they had that, it was a good loss in game 1. So I think the general vibe around them was victory. That was the most moral victory ever, pushing the defending champs to double overtime. Sengun was hitting threes, shooting crazy, had a fantastic game. Moral victory for sure. It was a moral loss and an on-paper loss in game 2. They are 0-2 right now. How are y'all feeling?
This experiment is scary. Seeing how small the court looks, they're 0-2, yes. Sengun had a nuclear game the first game. Second game, not so much. He was off, and pretty much everyone else was off outside of KD too. I don't feel good, but it's only 2 games. We have 1 game less of a sample size compared to everyone else. But I'm still waiting for Reed Shepherd to be like, I'm here. I'm the 3rd overall pick. I come from this this forbidden group of elite guards that come from Kentucky. I'm the next guy up. He still isn't here yet, and that's fucking scaring the shit out of me. I think that's what's more important to talk about.
I'm not scared for Reed. I don't think I would be scared for Reed until maybe like Christmas. It's game 2, and this was always the thing, especially after Van Vliet got hurt, where he barely played last year, and now we're gonna thrust him into the situation where he's supposed to be a championship level starting NBA point guard. That was unreasonable, and I do think that it was a little bit unfair to ask of him. Even if you wanted to see development, asking him to be at that level was kind of weird. I won't be nervous until after tonight because they play the Rockets play the Brooklyn Nets tonight. If they lose or if they eke out a win and they are not overly dominant against them, then I will start looking around and being like, okay, what exactly are we doing here? What is the problem? Because again, game 1, double OT, it is what it is. Fine. Game 2, probably don't want to lose that game at home to the Pistons. Fine. Everybody has weird starts, whatever. You cannot lose this game to the Brooklyn Nets.
Damn sure not. If there's ever been a team in the NBA least equipped to upset the Rockets, it is the fucking Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah.
If Steven Adams and Sengun cannot commit war crimes on Nick Claxton, they're fucked. That is the small front court to be able to abuse. They should put them in a blender on the boards.
We've never had in the NFL, you always talk about this game is a must win, and that never happens in the NBA because there's 82 games. This is a must win game for the Houston Rockets. You cannot go down 0-3 and losing one of those games to the Nets.
Well, I will overreact on purpose. I'll get up here on the mics. Out of principle, I'll have to. It'll be deserved. I'll get up Thursday's episode. Spoiler is one thing we've learned about every team so far. I'll get up here and say I learned the Rockets stink. If they can't beat the Nets, I'll say I've learned the Rockets are fucked and will never be good. Out of principle, I don't even care if I'm wrong, which I surely would be. I would say it anyways.
This just can't happen.
I am praying that they go ahead and turn things around. Specifically, just Jabari and Sengun. Even if Reed isn't all that, I think Jabari and Sengun and their guard-like skills, they're entirely different, but they're important. If they show up on a semi-night-to-night basis, they'll be all right.
Someone said if they go 0-3, Reed is getting sacrificed to the gods. Did y'all see the shoe beef?
Shoe beef, what's that? Fill me in.
Shoe beef. Anthony Edwards put out a new ad for his AE2s, and he threw direct shots at Shai Gilgeous-Alexander via Cat Williams. He said he's doing his thing, but he's lucky his game is as smooth as his little poems because them shoes, no thank you. And they threw a bunch of other jabs talking about how Ant's the guy, he's the shooting guard out there, and the shoes are going to do the talking for him. Cool little commercial. How'd y'all feel?
We're back. We're back, and this. Man, I'm so excited. This is exactly what we need because you have like team rivals, and through NBA history, team rivals have been what like the league has stood on, right? You had Lakers, Celtics, Bulls, Pistons, all that. We've moved into an era of player movement and everybody moving away. I need people hitting each other, and for somebody like Ant who is breaking into the top 5, and Shea who's coming off of one of the best guard seasons of all time. If they can go back and forth through sneaker commercials and whenever they play on the court and we get more playoff series, this is exactly what we need.
Amazon's marketing team is on a generational run. I would have never thought, and I never really seen this ever, where 2 players or specific players getting hate off through his shoes. He's saying he step harder than you. And he's also saying that through one of the most important faces or whatever when it comes to comedians, through Cat Williams. That's nuts.
The funniest part was seeing Thunder fans on Twitter be like, "It's gotta talk about the shoes, can't talk about the game," and all this stuff. I mean, like, check the stat sheet. Shut up. Shut up. You're dorks. Like, we're having fun.
Stand up and fight.
Like, shut up. Like, we're having fun here. This is good, just fun shit talk through shoes. Like, shut up.
And you can't say that whenever Shea's team started the beef. You guys see how it started? Yeah. No. So Shea had a commercial, and it was last year. I can't remember if it was after the conference finals or when it was played, but it was an ant like walking. It was an ant walking, and it said "unbelievable." And so it's like, you take the first shot. I have the summer to respond, and now we're gonna go shoe for shoe, lace for lace, and it's gonna be awesome. I love this.
Victor Wembanyama is 21 years old.
I also love this.
He is averaging 33.3 points per game, 13.3 rebounds, 1.7 steals per game, 6 blocks, 63.9 shooting percentage. He just became the first player this century with 100 points and 18 blocks in a 3-game span. He's clearly been the best player in the NBA so far. How do y'all feel about this statement?
If he's had 18 plus blocks, I was looking at rough stats. You know, stats don't mean nothing really 3 games into the year. But so far, Victor Wembanyama single-handedly has more blocks by himself than 85% of NBA teams as we speak.
He's utterly ridiculous. There was... let's move on from that tweet, because I think that's kind of stepping on something we'll talk about later in a TikTok segment at the end.
Go ahead.
Look at this one. Another tweet from Carson. It's not just that Wemby has GOAT potential. He could be the GOAT, but like a lot. There's just clearly a world where this dude pretty much redefines not just basketball players, but athletes on this planet and what they're capable of. His talent is just that completely insane.
If there's anything that I learned about Carson over the summer since we met him, or last 2 years or whatever, he is, again, when it comes to his talent of glazing, completely insane by his own words.
He is the world's greatest gawker I've ever seen in my life, and I applaud him. I need to get like Carson.
You want him on your side when it comes to glazing.
Carson is the best propagandist I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. That's fair. And the crazy part is I agree with him, but I also disagree with him. I don't think that Wemby is gonna redefine what basketball players or athletes are capable of, because Wemby's greatness is so singular to him. There's never gonna, unless they start like literally making athletes in a lab, you're really not gonna see anybody who is 7'5" and can move the way that he can and has the skill sets that he has. I don't know, like, if they're not making Wemby's in a lab like that. And so that's why I think when you talk about can he be the GOAT, does he have the talent? Of course he has the talent. And it's going to be by a lot, because the things that he's going to be able to do is so, again, singular to him. And it's going to put him in a position where we're talking about him as one of the greatest, like, unique talents in the world.
Inspirational levels of throat action, said Happy Scarecrow in the chat. I guess my question is, how do we outglaze Carson? What's going to be our pathway to surpass him? Is like, if we so choose, if we do want this, you guys let me know if you want it or not. If we so choose to be the biggest Wemby glazing show on the planet, how do we get past this? He's already set the bar high.
I got it.
Okay.
We are talking about Wemby as the GOAT potential, saying, oh yeah, he's going to be better than LeBron and Michael Jordan. Like, the NBA is on notice. Forget all of them. We're going higher than the NBA. Wemby's going to be the greatest athlete to ever live.
That's what he just said, though. He said what athletes on this planet are capable of.
Glaze harder, please.
He's already said that, and he said it in a nuanced way. He's already ahead of us. He's saying he's Michael Phelps. He's Usain Bolt. That he is breaking the mold that nobody can replicate, and he's one of the greatest athletes of all time.
Carson, I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna get into the lab, but we're gonna figure out some.
I think I had to start a church.
Rock with me. Okay, so I think we might have to actually move to France. We might have to move to France.
Okay.
We might have to go ahead and
we have to be French.
Yeah, be French.
We have to get our passports. We have to get citizenship.
Exactly. Follow the pathway of Wemby. We might actually need to hang out with the monks and interview the monks that he actually talked to. We might have to go ahead and be through the Wemby training camp and become like Wemby. We might have to get knee surgery to make us possibly as tall as Wemby.
We got to start a church. We got to begin a cult of Wemby, and we had to start a religion. We had to make NBA Scientology.
You said we get the knee surgery and be 7'5".
Yeah, knee surgery exists these days. I know you've seen that one post about that dude who like gained a whole inch or whatever, or 5 inches was 6 foot.
But
like,
the arms were the same.
Arms same. It don't matter. We gotta be like Wemby in every way.
That's the male version of like, yeah, but like the thighs don't match. You know what I'm saying? Because like you're 6 feet, but like your arms are 5'5".
So is it be on some wee shit?
It's like I know what you did.
Yeah, we just gotta pray. We gotta like, how do we start a cult? What's the first steps to starting a church?
I think we start here right now in front of the 1,000 people who are watching.
Do we need investors?
I think we need to start writing scriptures.
Who's gonna fund this church? Who's gonna build our mega church?
The Crown Eaters. They're dumb enough to do it.
Listen, you can't leave this. Nobody leaves this stream until everybody donates $40. We have to get to $100,000 by the end of the stream. Nobody can leave.
I got $15 in my wallet.
Lock the doors. Lock the doors. Put the stream on lockdown.
I got $15 in my wallet. We can get the ball rolling for real.
Start playing the music. I'll get the organ. I get the organ going. Nobody's leaving.
I'm picking up extra shifts at the gas station I just walked past by. Trust me, I'm fully locked in.
Oh, so what kind of church attire are we thinking? That is a good question. What best serves
berets and striped shirts with little red neck bandanas?
How do we best glorify Victor Wembanyama?
It's ultimate French glaze.
And really the question is, what like beliefs are we going to adhere to?
Yeah, and like
what do we push for?
Who are the prophets that we have to like go ahead and raise up? Carson probably has to be one of them. He died for this.
Carson is Noah.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Who's the biggest Wemby hater?
Biggest Wemby.
Does he have haters?
I don't know. Whoever it is, we gotta find it.
I don't know. In my mind,
we gotta put them in our story. One of them is Job.
Kai Jones, because he dunked on him during the summer league game. Job. Yeah, we gotta have him as some type of satanic dude who tried to throw Wemby off his game.
Dang it, we gotta kill Kai Jones.
Damn it, man!
I didn't want to. But
you're looking up for
I
him.
had to do it.
Oh, they're saying D Mills. Oh yeah, isn't he like a notable?
Oh
yeah, he's a part of the story too.
Yeah, we're putting D Mills on a spike. We gotta do it. I'm sorry.
We gotta make sure every day that he lives is the worst day of his life.
We gotta barbecue D Mills. I'm sorry. I gotta do it for Wemby. Shit. I hate I had to do it to him. I like D Mills.
We got to do it. But unfortunately, in this story, he is Satan.
And if we didn't like D Mills, it wouldn't be a noble sacrifice. It's on us. We got to pick somebody we like, and so sadly, they push us to the right way. They're saying
Sorry,
Shaq. Yeah, for Shaq for dropping the bowl comparisons, besmirching the name of our Lord.
Oh my god!
Oh hell nah.
The Wemble.
This is terrible.
We got Shaq in one hand, D Mills in the other. Skulls. Shaq is evil. So this is no longer a basketball podcast.
Yeah, man, I have no idea what we're talking about right now.
Wemby Church of Monks. Oh god, I can't breathe. Okay, just recalibrate to another. Okay, I was gonna show you a clip of Zion dunking on him, but no, I can't. That's sacrilegious.
Oh man, please don't.
What are we? We're 49 minutes into the show.
His MVP odds are rising though.
His MVP odds are up.
They are up.
Let's start with the rookie class.
He's second behind Shea.
Yeah.
Also, rookie odds three games in is hilarious. This rookie class is insane. We got Cedric Coward out here dropping 27 points on 91% true shooting.
That's your guy.
You guys know.
That's your guy?
Yeah, when the NBA draft was happening, we were here on these very chairs streaming. And as the Hawks had the 13th pick, I forget where the Memphis Grizzlies were. I think they were at 11 or something like that. And they scooped them up and then also found out that the Hawks went ahead and did that trade with the New Orleans Pelicans. Don't care at the end of the day, but I felt like Cedric Coward was everything that this team needed from the wing position, considering his size. and how much of like a presence, physical presence that he could have been for this team, especially in long term. It hurt my heart. You know, I love Ricochet. He's had a phenomenal season so far through the one game that he played, but the potential of Cedric Howard is fucking insane.
So you'd rather have him over Ricochet, is what you're saying?
I'd rather have Cedric Howard on my team no matter what.
Damn. Wow. Okay.
But Ricochet's, I'm fine with him. I want both. I can have both.
You threw him on a table for no reason. No one even asked you to make the comparison.
I'm just saying, like he's on the roster.
We were trying to. All we were trying to do is just big up Cedric Howard.
You just shot him in the back of the head. No one put the gun in your hand.
I love Ricochet. Don't get it twisted.
Concanipple through his first 3 games, 15 points per game, 58% from 3. Also coming off to a good start. The Hornets offense is looking pretty good. LaMelo just had a fucking ridiculous game. 38, 13, and 13.
Yeah.
Outlandish numbers. So yeah, another good start for our White King, Concanipple.
Dude, you know what I think about what I'm thinking about right now? All these rookies, these 5 rookies that we're talking about right now, they're already, I think they're better than a lot of the players from last year's draft class, even to this day.
Oh, easily, yeah. The draft class was stinky.
That's crazy for their second year.
We try to convince ourselves there are some interesting role players. This draft class is immediately shitting on it. Also, Dylan Harper, number 2 pick, going to fit with Wemby. Already from day one, as we knew, one of the most gifted slashers the league's had in a long time. His footwork and ability to get to these crazy driving angles to finish around defenders down low, he's ridiculous.
We gotta take some time to talk about Dylan Harper, because when we did our predictions too, I was a little bit not like reserved or anything, but like I had Ace Bailey coming in as like second in the Rookie of the Year odds. Yeah, man, that's over. It's Dylan Harper's time. The way that Dylan Harper plays basketball is so under control, and like for young guards or just like guards coming up, you're always like looking for them to be like, okay, like can we get them to have like a good like feel for the game? He has that to an extreme level, and the way that he can fit like that layup right there, the craftiness that he has to finish around the rim, reverses, different angles, him changing up his pace, like he understands so much how to be such an impactful player. He's already so good in transition as well. He is so good. And I saw somebody else tweet this today where they're like, the Fox trade is looking worse and worse every day. And like
people are doing so much about that on Twitter. They're doing so much.
Yeah, dude. and it's obviously like not that point, but we might get like 20 games in and I'll be like, yo, bro, De'Aaron Fox, we're good here. Because like the next like 3 to 4 years with Harper and with Wemby, it's gonna get scary.
I understand the whole De'Aaron Fox conversation, but I feel like the overall PR around De'Aaron Fox over the last 2 years, ever since like the initial light the beam thing, and when they surprised everyone and made the playoffs 2 years ago when he was in Sacramento. People act like they gave up a boatload of assets for De'Aaron Fox. They gave up fucking nothing. No one in this chat can even remember what was the most like respectable thing or more important thing that they gave up during that trade. It was probably like Zach Collins. That's it. And like useless first round picks. That doesn't mean anything. Yeah,
and people also act like it's like bad to have multiple good players on your team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I like having a lot of good players personally, so I'm not really in a rush to throw them away because other ones are good. I think it's fine, especially when one's a rookie and you want to win now. I don't want to put all the pressure in the world on Harper's shoulders. And I like depth. I like having 2-point guards. So if one gets hurt, we're good. It's not like if it was hurting them and if we saw them play and it was like Harper can't get his game off at all, his development's being crushed, the coach doesn't know how to utilize him, then like, okay, we can talk. But before we even get there, when both these guys are good off ball, there's no reason to believe it's going to happen. It just feels like people are just like rushing to find something to complain about. And there's no reason they can't both exist.
It's also helpful, right? That like Dylan Harper is good, and obviously De'Aaron Fox is a good player. Those are the two that you want to see. And if Dylan Harper's ascension is bad for anybody, it's bad for Stephon Castle. Like that's the only person that it would be bad for, because he's showing that he can be a part of the score, and he's going to be a guy that like you want to start and close games with. And he can be able to shoot the ball and be crafty and score in creative ways. To start the season, watching Stephon Castle has not been that way, and it hasn't felt like as good. And you see the way that teams are defending Stephon Castle, where they're like, "Yo, if you want to beat us, fine," and they're just going like so far under every single screen. And so, him like Dylan Harper making his ascension and showing that he's an actual player, you know that you're at least going to have 2 guards and a backcourt that you can trust and not feel like, oh dang, it makes your decision easier when you have this three player clog at the guard position.
Yeah, and also Stephon Castle is very different from those two.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Castle has his good finishes. The deceleration stuff is really cool when it works. He's fantastic running in transition. Plays off of Wemby well as a cutter. He doesn't create in the half court well whatsoever. Yeah. It's really bad when he needs to in bench lineups. So the more he can play off ball and be able to not focus on playmaking and just be this cutter and be essentially a slightly undersized wing, great. That's not a three-way clashing of roles. That guy is very different than the other two.
Yeah, I agree. I think Stephon Castle has the ability, and I feel like he would have the buy-in because he has a generational opportunity to make things work with a generational player in Wemby and two potential all-star in the future, Dylan Harper, and all-star level player in De'Aaron Fox. He's 6'6". He has a big frame. He could easily slide into the 3 spot. And I'm not saying they should run this out full time, but when it comes to clutch closing moments or periods throughout the game where you want to feature those two guards alongside him, you can do that. And who cares if it's a little bit small? These guys are slightly bigger, De'Aaron Fox and Dylan Harper, for their position. And if there's any team in the league who can sacrifice a little bit of size, it's you, because you have a 7'5" demon waiting in the back praying for people to come towards his way.
Mm-hmm.
You think he's really 6'6"?
He's probably 6'4.5".
Yeah. Doesn't have the longest arms, so he doesn't look huge. He doesn't look 6'6" like some guys do. But yeah, to your point, he still defends up. He's a big guy.
Yeah, exactly. He's physical.
Okay. Next thing we're gonna do, 56 minutes in, on to a big topic I wanted to have. I asked you guys on a community post to give us your biggest NBA questions that need to be answered this season. So whatever you're looking at when you watch these first 3 games, a question you have that will probably define the season to you, and we are going to react to them right now, see if we give our thoughts on them, but just talk through them together.
Okay.
First up, Swaggy says, when are people going to realize Wemby is legitimately the best player in the NBA as long as he stays healthy? How much sample size you guys got to see of him playing at this level to say that is number one? I'm willing to say he's even with Jokic or better.
I think for me personally, in order to be crowned the best or second or third best player in the league, we need to see it for more than one season. In order to get the best player in the world title, you have to continuously stamp your way in, whether it be through the playoffs, the regular season, and the finals. You need to have that level of overall knee deepness foot in the NBA. I need to see it for a couple years.
Given the actual best player in the world title is tough until you see the playoffs, just about how narratives work and how conversations go when you can point to one guy having a title, other guy not. So I understand that. But if we're just ranking players and if we try to put that aside, I could see it being a real argument in this season.
If you have it, I think if you start talking about it in the context of 2K ratings and who just has the higher overall, and you kind of decide from there, it wouldn't shock me if anybody had Wemby 1, especially because he had 9 blocks. The
defensive gap is so much bigger than everybody else. Even Giannis, who's the best defender of those top 5, big 5 superstar guys, Wemby is so much better as a defender right now already. So you compare him to Luka, or we'll say Jokic, same thing. These guys are going to have outlandish offensive production like always. I kind of think Wemby is closer to them offensively than the other guys are defensively.
And I agree with you. I think I need to see it for an entire year. I need to see the playoff moments and all that stuff. But also, I just want to see the offensive consistency, just because that's going to be the thing this year that's taken the biggest leap out of everything. And so, we know Shea can average 33 in a season. We know that Jokic can shoot 40% from 3, and he's been great. Luka, Giannis, all of these guys can carry teams and can carry offenses throughout really whatever lineup is out there. For Wemby, are you able to do that? And are you able to lead the Spurs to a top 10 offense? Can I look at you and say, we are going to have, our net rating is going to be good, obviously, because your defense is so good. But can you bring our offense to have a floor that is so good that instantly puts us into contender status? I need to see that over a whole year.
I do believe he probably could do all those things this year. If you go back to our predictions video or podcast last week, I did make a last minute change and said they're going to be a playoff team, because I'm okay, this dude should be all time great. This is before we actually saw these guys play. I'm okay, shit, I see it now. Maybe they can be the third tier teams, one of the third tier teams in the Western Conference, along with the Rockets, Lakers, whoever else you want to throw in that bunch. And if he bare minimum wins MVP this year, you got second best player in the world easily.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing to me. I'm fully prepared to be in second best player in the world combos by the end of the season. And like not even just fully prepared, like anything is possible. His limitless potential. No, we're gonna be there. I'm pretty sure. Like I'm not gonna definitively say it just because Shea is so insane. Luka looks insane as well now that he's skinny and back to prime Luka and better in many ways we've seen. So it's not a guarantee, but I'm damn near there. Like if we get to game 40 and he's still looking like this, still the most efficient player in the NBA as a scorer, this much volume, still the best off-ball player in the NBA, still the best defender in the NBA, we're gonna be there in top 2 player talks, almost guaranteed.
Okay, so he's gonna be. So we're all expecting like top 3, but by the end of the season, who are you? Because if it's Jokic and Shea 1 and 2, and then it's Giannis and Luka in like reversible order, who are you kicking out to be the 4th in that?
I hate the talking about of kicking out. I mean, technically, we literally have to kick someone out.
Yeah, like if you're just being real to saying top
probably
3.
Luka if those groups, but Luka or Shea, I don't know. Like it depends how things go. You know, like Giannis is gonna be top 3 regardless. Like he's been insane, so I would just view it as like the tier gets bigger.
Yeah, I feel like for me personally, it's almost just like a positional thing. I'd rather have someone like Jokic, someone like Giannis than Shea or Luka, even though Luka's the second, or he's one of the bigger guys of that group too. Yeah. I'd probably kick out Luka and Shea just naturally.
But yeah, who knows? I don't know. Yeah. Next up, after the Wemby Glaze.
Okay.
Brady says, seriously, are the Spurs going to be a top 5 seed?
So
Wemby Glaze on Wemby Glaze on Wemby Glaze on Wemby Glaze.
This is all we doing.
One of our friends had said this prior to the season, and I was like, "You're insane. There's no way that they're going to be a top 5 seed." And he texted me the other day. He's like, "This is exactly what I'm talking about. Best player in the world." I was like, "Hey man, like
I put him 7 in my rankings.
Like
5 isn't super different.
I got to give it to you. Yeah, top 5 seed feels very possible at this point.
I'm not gonna like predict it still just because there's so many good teams. But if I put you at 7 and if your range is get up to 5, I can't say it's ridiculous. Like that's obviously in the realm of possibility.
Yeah, and 5 seed, 7 seed. That's literally like a 4 or 5 game difference.
Not even last year. Like it's so super close.
Yeah, and I think that could very much swing their way. And if it does, for me personally, the biggest swing factor would have been guys like not De'Aaron Fox, but Dylan Harper being what he is day one, looking like he could have been a number 1 overall pick, being already like one of the best young players in the league, averaging like 15, 16 a game, efficient as hell. That's going to be like the compelling argument for me in my mind as to why they are a top 5 seed.
Now they got to make a trade. They got to get some wings in there. That's what it'll be. I think they can float around this range as currently constructed. But I think if we get to January and we see that they're this good and we see a real run is within grasp, Wemby is good enough already to be the best player on a team that can make a deep run. Fox comes in, fits perfectly. Harper does what you just said he does. I think trading for some kind of 3-and-D wing, Dylan Brooks and Andrew Wiggins, whatever, all the guys I want the Lakers to get. If the Spurs get the other one, the Lakers don't get, this team can make a run like this.
And their schedule to start off isn't not super taxing. Like we can get to Christmas or we can get to January and they would have played one of the easier schedules in the league. And so like that's fine. Right now, they're gonna win the Emirates NBA Cup.
Okay. Blake C40 says, "Is Sengun a top 5 center?"
See, you acting like you don't care about the Emirates.
Man, respect it, man. What the hell's wrong with you?
Like keep the video moving.
Come on now.
Respect it.
Is Sengun a top 5 center?
I'm just gonna say blindly yes. I don't even know who the top 5 centers are right now, but I'm just gonna be like, yep, he is.
He vaguely feels like a top 5 center.
Yeah. So there's Wemby, there's Jokic. I guess I'm not throwing in Embiid.
No, we're not throwing Embiid in there.
Threw that out the window. Bam somewhere in there probably. Cat, yeah, he's top 5.
Chet, in that range.
4 right now.
Chet's not a fucking 4 though. We're not comparing Chet's to
they
power
play
forwards.
him there, but yeah,
they play Sengun at power forward.
Yeah, I'll do it. He's top 5. Right
yeah,
now.
I'm saying he's top 5.
I would take him.
I take him over Cat at this point probably.
That feels a little bit
really
much for me.
hard. That's really hard.
But he's in
It
that combo.
is- it is a lot.
He's in that combo though. If he ranks anywhere from 4 to 6 or 7, all those guys are clumped in together.
Yeah.
That's completely fair to me.
Yeah, I think I'm jumping the curb for sure,
80.
but assuming,
Oh, true.
yeah, 80 as well. Yeah, 80. He's probably at the tail end of
You
that.
taking him or Bam?
Sengun or Bam.
If the 3-point shot is real and we see that real develop and he shoots a good amount on a good volume, I'll take Sengun over Bam.
Yeah, it's close. It's close because Bam's defense is one of the better when it comes to guarding at the rim. Or decent at the rim.
Y'all are saying he's 3. Y'all have to relax. Like,
He's 3,
y'all have to relax. 3. I mean, like, unless you're not counting Anthony Davis and you're saying that's a power forward, which Sengun plays power forward too. If you're counting Anthony Davis, that feels crazy to me.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say loosely, he is top 5 for sure.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, he's certainly in top 5 combos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll give him that. He got top 5.
Nearing 41 and entering his 23rd season, is this truly LeBron's last dance?
Y'all, We've had LeBron in our lives for over 2 decades. You should know how he operates by now. We are going to get the pomp. We are going to get the circumstance. He's going to tell us when and where his final season is going to start and end. He's going to tell us where the parade is going to go after the final game. He's going to release a clip or an article. We're going to get some monstrous thing. And if you have not received any of that, then it is not happening.
Facts, dude. Netflix would have went ahead and announced this. He would have gone like a $20-30 million deal. Cameras following him and Bronny fucking everywhere. There's no way in hell he's retiring.
If you have not received a pamphlet in the mail alerting you of his upcoming special on ESPN to announce it, it has not happened yet. You will see a banner fly through the skies. It'll be written in the clouds. It'll say LeBron's retirement tour begins today.
I feel like he's probably gonna retire at his 25th year. Just to
He can't. He's not. No, I don't think 2 more years.
In terms of his play and like ability, he can if he wants to.
He can play for 7 more years and be a serviceable role player.
Right now.
No, I'm not even saying serviceable. Like to this point where he can average his 23 points per game and do his normal stuff, he can get 2 more.
I don't think so.
For what? What do we have to point to say he can't?
My brother can't sit down. Like, what do you mean? Like, he has sciatica. He hasn't played a game this year. I was for this year. My bold prediction for this year is that on Christmas Day, LeBron's going to announce his retirement.
No, that would be the worst way to end everyone's Christmas. What the hell?
No,
on Christmas Day,
no.
he's going to take the biggest stage that the NBA has, and that is going to be his day.
You think he wants half of a parade, like a half a season of a retirement tour?
No, man, he's fumbling. You know, LeBron's all about his bag too. There's no way in hell he's gonna waste half a year of nothing.
Okay, let me get more. I'll get more into this conspiracy thing like you. Mm-hmm. He's for sure gonna wait till the summer, I think, because he's got to play out this season. If they're great, if he comes back, him, Luka, and Austin Reeves are a big 3, and they can make a deep run. God forbid, make a finals. He's gonna want to stay and ride that out because if he can get one more chip with Luka, look around the league. There's no better chance. If Luka's hit whole and if they work, that's gonna be the best chance. So if they win, he wants to win some more and get to 6 rings. If they look like shit, then he can leave in the summer, decide then, do the retirement tour in Cleveland or whatever. But he's got to see it through and just see if there's a possibility of stringing together some more stuff with Luka.
So we're not getting anything until this summer?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely not this year.
Because if it doesn't work, he's not going to go out sad and halfway be like, yeah, I've had enough. Can't do it. We're going to go retire. Like, he can't go out bad. And if he goes out good with Luka, they have to see it through.
Yeah. And if he does go out bad, I can envision a world where he's like, oh, fuck it, okay. Last year, the contract, he's taking his ass over there to Cleveland for one last year, doing his thing, going to the finals, and who knows what happens then.
Yeah. So yeah, you're right the first time. We will know and we'll have a whole year to celebrate. Will Reed Shepherd be a huge bust? Is Hezzy Trap's question.
Huge bust is bust is a really strong word, but honestly, given the expectations and just the necessity of the Rockets right now, it's gonna feel like it if he's not like an all-star level player.
It'll feel like it because they drafted Jalen Green number 2. Jabari's fine, so I'm not going to say that, but it's not a great top pick. And then Reed number 3, like that's not a good run of draft picks. That's not going to feel great.
Yeah, so I don't know if I would tagline him as a huge bust necessarily because out of all the draft picks that you guys just mentioned, he is the like, at least with hindsight now, and even traveling back then a couple years ago, like the least consequential draft pick ever. Yeah. And his bang to like be a bust ratio, all in all, isn't like overly important.
It was a bad draft class. It's not like they missed out on anybody amazing.
Yeah, exactly. Like there's not too many players that you can name after he was selected where you'd be like, man, we really whiffed on this one. Not really.
It's him or Castle, and like I'll fucking live. Like it's not like if it misses and Castle's better, which seems pretty likely, I'll live. It's not like I lost out on Donovan Mitchell. You know, it's something insane.
Yeah.
Which offseason acquisition looks the best, and which will look the worst?
Okay, looks the best.
Right now, Norm Powell looks real damn good. I don't know if that exists for the whole season because when Tyler Hero comes back, maybe he'll look a little more like Norm Powell. He'll be asked less of him. Desmond Bane will probably look the best for the end of the season. Doesn't look great so far. Same thing for Kevin Durant.
Man, what looks the best is the trade that the Atlanta Hawks made during the summer for the New Orleans Pelicans / the Milwaukee Bucks pick. The New Orleans Pelicans are currently winless, and Zion Williamson has a bone bruise right now, and he's questionable to play the next game. That looks amazing for me right now. That's the best offseason acquisition so far.
What are y'all going to say when DeAndre Ayton and Marcus Smart look the best?
Get the fuck out of here.
All right, brother.
You just said Marcus Smart in 2025.
He's been playing pretty well. I'm enjoying the Marcus Smart experience.
I'm not going to lie. I love it until he plays my team.
Yeah, listen, I wouldn't enjoy his flopping. Hilarious.
Yeah.
They were up by 7 with like 15 seconds left in the last game. He flopped. for no reason. Try to charge with 10 seconds left. The game was over. He just said, for the love of the game, he had to do it.
It's so annoying.
Which one looked the worst? Did any of them look terrible so far? Free agent acquisitions or just offseason?
Terrible offseason acquisition.
It might be. It's not like an acquisition, but re-upping on Jakob Poeltl when like the Raptors are like
they're good. No, they're good. I don't think they regret that at all.
You think they're good?
They're good.
Yeah,
you think they're good?
Yeah, they're not bad.
They're not good. They're not good.
They're getting fried.
They're not terrible.
They're not good. But yeah, they should have. Like everyone been thinking they should have like cashed in on that.
Yeah.
He wasn't gonna be the difference in them being really good or really bad. So it'll probably be a pretty
just pay
lukewarm
more
move.
because like and again like we're gonna talk more about it later this week. But like the Raptors, if you look at their cap sheet, it is
crazy.
It's one of the most like what were y'all thinking here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Does AJ Mitchell have all-star potential?
Whoa, slow down.
Hey,
Slow
man, when
down.
it comes to players at the Oklahoma City Thunder unearth, I will not put any limits on any of them. He looks really good. If you want to tell him he's the next Brunson, they're going to find him at the woodworks and he's going to continue to rise up the ranks and become the next star point guard.
Yeah.
Who am I to disagree with Mr. Sam Presti?
I think he definitely does have all-star potential. Seeing how he's been able to just like
He definitely does.
yeah, for sure he does. Seeing how he's been able to
You got it.
go ahead and
He's
Bro.
really good. He is good.
dude, seeing how Mike Dagnall just like entrusted him in certain minutes in the playoffs last year in the biggest stages is kind of crazy. He knows something that we don't know just yet. And earlier in the season, 2-3 games in so far, you can't tell me that he doesn't.
I can't tell you he doesn't have all-star potential, but
I'm not gonna listen.
He has really good player potential though. Like he is going to be extremely good. I think he's going to be a quality starter. I'm excited if he can earn being the starting point guard. And we have Shea and Jada being the 2 and the 3, get a little bit bigger, or not even a little bigger because obviously you still have like Lou Dort and stuff, but a little bit bigger ball handling size and being able to be a little more multidimensional. I hope he's able to be good like this.
I think right now we're looking at a player on the Thunder who can also dribble, and it's like, wow, this is crazy.
Well, no, he is good. Like
no, I know he's good, but the boost is like, him and Shea are doing all the creating, all the ball handling because they're the ones that can do it. All-Star is a bit tough.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
This All-Star guard in the West, like,
No.
I don't know.
Oh, in the West is crazy.
Will the Atlanta Hawks trade Trae Young if the season doesn't come out to a decent playoff run? And if they trade him, what team would be in the market?
No.
Put this in there for you. Just because a little lackluster to start the year.
Yeah, not good to start
Welcome
the
to
year
the
at all.
Sacramento Kings, Trae Young.
Hell nah. That's not happening in a million years. At least I pray to God it doesn't happen.
I pray to God it happens. Get him out of there. He doesn't. I don't want to see Trae Young lead teams anymore. I think I want to see Trae Young co-star to a really great player.
It's too early to say
No,
just
it's not.
yet.
It's only like 5 years we've been saying
it's
that.
only like 3 games and whoop-de-woo. Like we went ahead and lost like 3 of our starters. That's insane to start the first 3 games.
Yeah.
But it's not looking
The
good
Lakers,
so far.
they didn't. Austin Reeves dropped 51, so like, what's good?
Yeah, get on my fucking level.
Shout out to Austin Reeves. I love what he's doing.
Get you a DeAndre Ayton.
It's different. It's
You
different.
can't experience this until you get DeAndre Ayton on your
I
team.
tried. I got me a KP and he got a tummy bug again, bro. It's over with.
No, I just do this to troll you. But I do really want to see Trae Young be a co-star, not the guy on the team. No matter how the season goes, I'm kind of over it. Can the Mavs truly recover from having no point guard and reach their championship expectations with just a rookie and D'Lo?
Just a rookie in D-Lo.
Okay, so championship expectations is a bit lofty. I think if you're looking at them for that, then that's a bit further. However, recovering from having no point guard, yes, I think that like Cooper Flag is he's gonna be okay, and the ball handling and the point guard stuff is fine. I don't have a massive objection to the idea of Cooper Flag playing point guard in general. My big thing was it's his first game, it's his first like month. Let him just play his regular position and get used to NBA basketball before we start springing different jobs on him.
Yeah.
And in terms of like leading the offense. But if we're talking about, I mean, he seems to be handling it fine. If you're talking about playing him as a point guard in a secondary role with D'Lo or whenever Kyrie comes back, yeah, I think that's fine.
No. Is it championship expectations? If it's just a rookie and D'Lo, no. No, they won't play championship expectations. But will Kyrie coming in lets you get to that potentially if he comes in and is recovered well? It's a lot of worry on his shoulders for a guy coming off of an ACL. But if it was just these two, no more championship expectations. I think we're past that.
Yeah, even with Kyrie coming back, whatever that looks like, I think it's just entirely too late it will probably be entirely too late for that. I don't know how good this team will be without him. And when it comes to the point guard experiment, I'm starting to realize, okay, maybe him starting there doesn't really matter when you got guys like D'Lo still playing like 30 minutes a game or whatever.
Yeah, their defense sucks right now. The offense is abysmal. It'll probably get better with time as they get used to this style of play, maybe work out some kinks. They suck right now. So I'm done with championship expectations of any sort.
Yeah.
Can Austin Reeves take that next leap and solidify himself as Luka's number 2, becoming a top 5 shooting guard in the league?
I'm not going to lie. I've been waiting to say this. Us for the last few years have been trying to think, scout the entire league and see where the next Jalen Brunson is. He's been right in front of your face the entire time. And I think with all the 40-point performances, 40-point triple-double against the Boston Celtics last year when all those guys, LeBron and Luke, were out again, I think he's here. He's proven it.
This is not ridiculous.
Time and time again.
This is not ridiculous. I'm going to say, yes, you're right. Your question will be answered with an emphatic yes. Top 5 shooting guard? Fuck it. We got the big 3. We know we got Anthony Edwards, D. Mitch, Booker. After that, who's solidified as like, you can't put Austin Reeves in that convo? We get into open conversation spots real fast. If you tell me he gets one of those last 2 spots, I'm with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it goes into him or Jaylen Brown or him or Bane, and it's like,
him or Bane? Yeah. I'll put him in Bane conversations.
He could do that.
Yeah, why not? I'm willing to glaze to that degree. Him and Luka are going to be extravagant. It's going to work really well. If LeBron, I pray it continues to work this well because LeBron can come in. Everyone keeps saying, is LeBron willing to put his ego aside and be the third fiddle? Yes, he's been begging to do it for years, but Anthony Davis was not ready for it. These 2 guys are ready for it. I think we're going to see 21 point per game LeBron playing hard on defense, doing the short roll stuff, doing all those other things to fit around those 2. I'm excited.
50-point damn near triple-double is crazy.
I'm excited.
That's a Harden-esque stat line right there.
And it also has to do with the strength of the shooting guard position. It's not
naturally.
It's just it's an easy bar to get to the 5th. We just said Desmond Bane, who's not an all-star. So Austin Reeves can be an all-star.
Yes.
I think in fact like he should be. He's playing at that level.
I don't think he'll be an all-star. Like you're asking for 3 all-stars on your team.
Well, we'll see how much time LeBron misses. Like, maybe.
Yeah.
The fan vote's a fan vote, but
You're right.
Yeah, he's going to be a starter.
Yeah, unless he misses so much time he can't be. Like, I'm taking LeBron out of that equation. So
yeah,
and maybe it's a third alternate type of thing.
I think I could see this happening 100%. Like, unless the LeBron thing happens next year, for sure.
Either way, they're gonna pay him this summer. He's gonna get a bag, gonna be a rich man. I'm cautiously optimistic about this team for when LeBron comes back right now. But if we can weather these goddamn injuries, are we underrating Giannis now? Yes. What he's doing is not normal. I understand his standards, but it's insane how normalized it is. 100,000% we are underrating Giannis right now. We've fully taken him for granted. This team right now is so mid around him, but they are so perfectly suited to let Giannis eat. They will go exactly as far as Giannis takes them. And through 3 games, he's taking them to the goddamn moon. He's putting up stupid numbers. He's focusing on rebounding and defense again really hard. The scoring is outlandish. This guy is one-man armying his team into being competitive games with contenders like the Cavs. We are fully underrating Giannis.
I did not think that this was going to happen. I thought that we were going to get like this version of Giannis, but that it wasn't going to mean anything. And the fact that it is meaningful, the fact that they are going to be a very solid team, like all the 3 teams that we mentioned earlier in the Magic, the Hawks, the Pistons, one of them has to watch out because the Bucks are going to be there and might be able to snatch not 1 but 2 of their chains and get to be like a top 4
Everything
seed.
we said about the Bucks supporting cast being buns is true. Giannis is just so good. They had just enough spacing and just enough athleticism that he is carrying them regardless.
Yeah, that's all Giannis needed, going back to what you said. A little bit of spacing, which they got. Cole Anthony, they got Derry Bird. They also have Kyle Kuzma, who's not even played that many minutes alongside him.
He's back up now.
Amazing job.
And Miles Turner.
Yeah, I love this spacing, and you guys who could jump really high and run fast. This is the Giannis team.
Yep. We'll see how much he can do with this. I still think it's going to end the same way because they're not going to win a playoff series with these guys. But he's going to carry them to a fucking amazing season off of his strengths.
Yeah.
Are the Hornets and LaMelo finally going to make the leap to competency? And could they make the playoffs?
Playoffs is a lot, man.
They
Too
can make the
deep
play-in.
for me.
They can make the play-in. That's super possible just with the strength of the East. And I do have hope that they will find competency now. So far through a few games, LaMelo's looked good like he did start last year before the team fell off a cliff. It looks like they have just enough talent that we can finally learn how far LaMelo can take you.
Playing is tough still. But
Is it? Is it though?
I don't think it's tough.
Can they be as good as the Raptors? Probably.
Dude, their defense stinks.
Let me tell you something about the Raptors offense. Let me tell you a thing or two.
I understand that, but like right now, and like the Hornets have again 3 games, offensive rating, whatever. It's like it's the best in the league, and I don't know if I trust that fully in terms of being like at the top or being one of like the elite units. Which if your defense is going to be trash, you are going to need that to be like truly competent. So I'm holding out a little bit, and maybe I've just seen like because we've seen LaMelo have great starts to the season. Mm-hmm. Do we get to a point where he still has the same like what we saw last year, where the volume was still insane, but the efficiency kind of died off a little bit towards Christmas, second half of the year?
But that's also the team got hurt. Like it really fell apart. The focus was on LaMelo, but the team was really dog shit around him.
And I understand that, but also like
you hate LaMelo, I get it.
No, not even. But I do think like playoffs. I'll say no. Play in, I do think is a stretch, but I can understand it. Okay. But LaMelo has been really good.
Does the path to the finals now run through New York? No.
The hell?
Is Denver's bench good enough to win the championship?
Wait, talk about. Wait, we just skipped over that.
How do you feel about Jonas Valanciunas and like the addition of Bruce Brown and Tim Hardaway?
Screening is so important. Being big matters in the NBA, and it's been proven to do so. When it comes to Bruce Brown and his ability to run really hard and be a small vertical threat, that's a new archetype in the league that we don't talk about. Gary Payton, GP2, bro, important. He's that there.
One thing I thought about, so Jonas Valanciunas sucks at offense and kind of sucks at defense. I didn't think about the fact that obviously Jokic also kind of sucks at defense, but they built a perfect system to take advantage of his size and not making him move a lot with the zone and stuff. They can do that still with Jonas Valanciunas. So I think his defense.
You spend more time on Jonas Valanciunas than the Knicks. Like, what are we doing?
So are we giving this a yes or a no? How are we going with this?
I agree. So it's good enough to go ahead and win a championship.
To win a championship, yes, it's possible. I'm not going to pick him as a favorite, but they can be in the conversation for sure.
I agree.
Stop this madness right now.
And that's the last one. And that is the end of the stream. We appreciate y'all coming in today. We talked about
being silenced. This is censorship.
We talked about your biggest questions that will define this season.
Call your local representative. They're trying to silence us. Please.
It was a good stream. We got to react to
you have a voice. Go be heard. Make your voice known out in these streets.
We got to have some conversation about the hairline scandal. We got to glaze Wemby and give us some good gawk.
Please. They are trying to lie to you.
And with that being said, we'll see y'all on Friday.
They're burning the books. Speak up.